This is a black-faced Dacnus.
I know.
It's kind of a cool picture with the river water behind it. He's looking right into the camera. Perfect. Yep. Beautiful color.
Anyway?
Yeah, it's
It's
just
about 18
bigger.
inches long.
Looks like a gecko.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got like...
But it doesn't have webs on the...
Oh yeah, you're right. It's got little...
Oh,
Okay, now where'd those monkeys go?
Here's a little monkey. What kind of monkey is this?
Squirrel monkey.
Squirrel monkey? Come on, little fellow, look over here. I can get him to move. Up there he goes. Hang on there. And here's the squirrel monkey. He's having a little something to eat. Oh, perfect. Thank you. He's about 15, maybe 20 feet into the jungle. Can you see him? What do you think?
I'd say 10 yards.
Yeah, with my one eye shut and staring through the...
Yeah,
Here is an anteater.
see the rusty brown.
Yeah, you can see the wall of the roof of the...
Up near the top where the big limb goes off to the right, there's a black blob in the crotch there. Go to the left of that and down a little. And it's rusty brown and he's moving. There he is. He's coming up onto the trunk now.
Oh, I can see just in dark brown. You know, there's his tail.
Oh, there's a good view.
Is he hanging down? His nose first? Oh,
Yeah, the nose first.
Prehensile tail.
There's a good shot.
In North America, the only animal that has a prehensile tail are possums. But here they have lots of possums, anteaters, kinkadoos, monkeys, all with prehensile tails. There, that's great. That's great. Good. Who spotted that one?
One of the men who worked here.
Cool. So we're far enough, and well, there's no town.
Here's a brown... there's a brown squirrel monkey, I think they said it was. Is that what they said?
A brown capuchin.
Brown capuchin.
That's bigger.
It's got a white face.
Oh, then it's a white face monkey.
There we go. Do some...
It's not a baby, it's a squirrel with a brown capuchin.
Oh, it's a squirrel with a brown, whatchamacallit?
Capuchin.
Following the...
They do that.
Oh, now he's going back.
These are high over our heads, up in the top of the trees.
You're very close.
Now what is that one?
That's a squirrel monkey.
View of this little...
Randy goes back up.
There's a pair of... These are brown capuchin now?
Yes. Yes, brown capuchin.
Got a little scratch on his head there. I'll take and pan down the branch and see if I can find this other one. There he is. There's two different species, brown capuchin and a squirrel monkey, and they travel together because the brown capuchin are stronger teeth, so they can crack things open, and then the squirrel monkeys follow and eat what's left. Here's one of the little squirrel monkeys. It's not too easily to be seen. I'll see if he can move here. Oops. There we go. There's another squirrel monkey right there.
Did those decide to leave then? Is that it? They just said, "Screw on you." Oh, here you go.
Yeah, competition.
Here
That's
comes
what's
two.
pumping.
Oh,
The small ones?
Oh,
Leave the
three
three
more.
garlic. Oh, another one.
Ooh, another one.
Yeah, so keep going. Keep going.
There's a big fight over a nesting tree. There's a hole.
Here comes
And
another
then
one.
the big, those are black caracaras.
Oh, black carrot. Yeah.
No. Sorry, red-throated caracara. Yes.
That one?
Yes, the one. The
Will
big
they,
one.
will they
The
attack
rectangular one.
macaws?
No.
They're not big enough to get in
Red-throated
there.
caracara.
Oh, that's all right. I'm just trying to learn.
This is a red and blue.
This is the largest macaw that we have here.
The red and green.
Yes, red and green.
It's bigger than the blue and
Blue and yellow.
The red and blue
Scarlet. Yeah.
parrot.
They have a big head.
the red and green.
The red and green
Remember how
parrot.
she said that you could tell from the scarlet because the scarlet had yellow
The
patches.
other one, right there is a mealy parrot.
And this one, the red is not.
Not
The other
so
one
bright.
is bright.
Yeah,
This
this is red but not
Yeah,
so
not
big.
so big.
And there's another mealy parrot. Where is it at here?
We're gonna let two other people go first.
Here we got a
All right, Susie.
view of what we're doing. We are climbing to the top of this tower to give us a view of the rainforest. We're in the middle of a swamp. The bugs are incredible.
Yeah.
What are these little things that are buzzing around?
They're like fruit flies.
Fruit flies?
Yes, they are incredible. Now it's amazing the number.
Just millions of them.
Yes.
Heck,
And
that's
they
just
get
how many
big.
that are in my mouth right now.
Yes.
It's the population of my mouth.
Oh, what you had?
Huh?
What you had?
Thank you. Oh, these things.
Yes. Those are
And here comes Susie.
okay.
Nice to see you again, my sweetheart. What took you so long?
Yeah, right.
And we'll give you a view of what we're up here to look at. This is a palm forest. It is in a swamp.
There is blue and yellow macaws. There are two blue and yellow.
Blue and yellow macaws, yeah, there we go at the top of this tree. There are the blue and yellow macaws.
Oh, you have another dog?
It's a really nice shot of them. Whoops. And we'll take them back once out.
I'm glad I had the leg thing on.
Why?
I don't know. It just felt something. I don't want to do what you did.
Piece of cake. But if it makes you feel more comfortable, that's
It
good.
did, yeah. Yeah, it made me feel more comfortable.
Here's some beautiful flowers up at the very top of the forest. It's a vine that has worked its way all the way from the bottom. Over here by the claylet. And this little thing is actually the head of a caiman. Very tiny. He's probably maybe 1.5 feet long total. We just noticed, and there he goes. And there's our little caiman friend again. There you can see a little bit better of his face. There's his back. He's in a little side pond off of the river. Just to have himself a good old time. Right in front of the clay lick, we just discovered there's a whole bunch of turtles sitting here. Give you an idea, there's 2, 4, 5, 6, yeah. And this is just to give you an idea of where we've been staying. This is the dining hall, and I'll just do a long pan around. There's some trees here with some gorgeous, these would be their flowers. But that was pretty wild looking. I'll back out and give you a little view of the rest of the building. This was the area where we were sleeping. There's the main entrance, the lobby. And my room is actually right there. And you can see the mosquito netting being folded up over top of the beds. And back out again, and those are 4 or 5 of the sleeping quarters. And then down on the end was the place where the guides all slept, and they have a radio for radioing out for help. And then it was pretty much the jungle after that. It goes right into the jungle. You can hear in the distance some of the sounds.
They're moving in the water and mud. You see it now, don't you? Just with your eyes.
Those are toppy bear.
Look right
Shooting them
straight.
from a boat's a little difficult.
Yeah,
I'll back it out a little bit. And there's a baby one there. There's the baby. They're checking us out, wondering what's going on. Goofy tourists. Oh, it's hard to hold it on a boat. We're going to shoot the rapids here for a minute or two.
These aren't rapids. This is still water. It's a regular speedboat. The Rangers. The Rangers. Park Rangers.
That's the first speedboat we've seen on the river. The boat in front of us is the other half of our crew. It just gives you a little idea. This is kind of, we've had a couple of bigger rapids in this, but it's pretty much smooth and easy to flow in. And this is the dry season, so this is at its lowest. Came up on this tree in a gorgeous yellow color. Those are bird nests hanging from the tree. I actually saw a bird just jumped out of one. That's really a pretty shot. Well, we're drag racing on the Amazon. Unfortunately, we're losing. They're waving goodbye to us.
You got a card? We can.
They're not even gracious winners. They've got to smile and wave at us, you know. There's a picture of Ellie taking a picture of us.
They got down undented canister on the field.
We are here at the school outside of Porta del Manal, I guess it's pronounced. And this is the school that we dropped off some of our school supplies to. And as a gift, they're giving us a little dance to show their thank you. Here comes a good audience. go. They have a tape machine hitched up to a car battery as the power source. I don't think they have electric power here at all.
It looks like they've actually organized this a little bit.
Mm-hmm. There's the crowd watching. And this is a school building behind it. And I'm back around here. This is a new building that's just been built for housing some of the students that come from a long distance away, and a craft center that they're teaching the adults how to carve so that they can make things that will be sold here in the area. And there's a general store across that does, they're cracking Brazil nuts in there. Well, we are now at the top of a 145-foot canopy, what do you want to call it, canopy tower. And I'm just about to run out of batteries, so I have a funny hunch I'm not going to make this full trip around. But this gives you a little idea of how thick the rainforest is. And as you can see, lots and lots of different kinds of trees. Yeah? Okay, let me finish this. But this gives you an idea of what all we're doing. And I'm going to shoot across here and get the river before I run out of battery power. Thank you. I need prodding once in a while. I get cut on a word. You get a lot of humor out of my video. It's like, what was the name of this place? But there's the river.
There was the river.
And here is a picture of taking a picture of me. There we go. All right. And there's some more of the river out there.
This is gorgeous.
This is an incredible view.
We do need to kind of keep it peaceful though.
Yes, and I am going to head down because I think that it's going to take me so much longer than this. The rest of you are going to.
Okay, I'm glad you came up and enjoyed the view with us.
I did, and I enjoyed it enormously. And I'm sorry I'm a chicken.
Oh no, you're doing
not a
fine.
chicken.
Congratulations.
Yes, he clucks when I get to the bottom.
No.
This is lovely.
Anybody that makes it gets a hero.
That's
of the day.
right. You got all the way up.
Oh, this is wonderful. Beautiful view.
And here is the tower
Less than that.
from the bottom looking up.
You climbing up? Have fun.
It's about 147 feet tall. Can you tell us? We were here by the airport and stopped into this place. It's a butterfly garden. And they have just hundreds of tropical butterflies. These ones are all fruit feeders. This is a real big boy. Look at the detail on his wings. Take a pan over here a little bit. They were very nice to let me charge my battery. So I actually have got about 40 minutes battery time now for the day. Here's another view. Some of these are kind of flighty, so it's hard to get them on the screen. There we go. Mosquito in here. And of course he doesn't open his wings once you get him all framed up. Come on, boy. Oops. Sorry about that. Also here in this garden I've got a little pool and all these tiny little turtles. They're about maybe 3-4 inches in diameter. There's one just getting up out of the water. There's a good look at them. Look at the contrast on this one. Backs are blue and the bottoms are red. It's a defunct banana that he's eating. Well, here's our flight out of Porto Mendon. Yeah, you know what I mean. Anyway, we're flying out on an airplane. This shows you some of the rainforest and some of the areas that have been cleared. Right down there is part of the river. Kind of hazy and overcast, so I'm not sure how much I'm going to be able to film. I was hoping to see the mountains, but that may not happen. And here's some of the river. I'm not sure if that's our river that we were on or not, but it gives you an idea how it snakes along through the jungle, and there's a lot of river up here. Just give you a minute or two of this. We're now high up above the mountains. These peaks are probably 17 to 20,000 feet, and you can see there's a pretty good snow blanket on them. Of course, it's a little cloudy today, so we're not going to see a lot of it, but it'll at least give you an idea of the rugged mountains that Cusco will be located in. And when we land in Cusco, we'll be at about 11,800 feet, if I understand correctly. And it will not have snow. That's the reason why I say these are going to be 17 to 20,000 foot peaks. Here is some of the mountains that Cusco is located in, and you can see the patchwork of terracing everywhere. This just gives you an idea of the kind of rugged mountains. The Andes are second only to the Himalaya for height and ruggedness, as I came to find out as I was doing my study. And I think we're on final approach for Cusco. Yep, there go the flaps and the landing gears, so we're coming into town. Here's a little more of the mountains as we head into Cusco. Fortunately, at the Butterfly Museum, they allowed me to recharge my battery for about an hour, and that gave me enough power that I was able to do some filming, or I would have been out of luck for the whole day. Pretty rugged looking mountains. We are coming into Cusco. This is the Cusco airport. We're being entertained. here in Cusco, and this is what was it? Pachacutec. Very good. What else do you know about him, Susie? This is Susie Shutt doing the live interview. I'll take a little. We're at about 11,300 feet right now, so it's yeah, it's high. I'll do a close-up here.
He changed the Inca Empire.
How did he do that?
I don't know.
Ah,
But he changed it completely.
he did.
Yeah.
Well, then he's a big guy, and that's why they put him on top.
I think what they said is like he started making all these, towns and little places, but he made it grow.
Ah, thank you.
See if they would find more treasures elsewhere in America. And they discovered that going south Mexico, they would have find more groups of people, and according to the stories, they should have had gold. Because this gold, the Spaniards, they arrived to Peru. And it was the 23rd of November when they arrived to Cusco. 23rd November 1532. That was the end of the Inca civilization. As soon as the Spaniards, they arrived to the high passes of Cusco that day, they've seen in the valley, this valley, shining. They've arrived when the sun was setting. This time of the day, the buildings of Cusco city, they were practically sparkling. Things like this, like this palace and temple at the same time, they had bands of gold around the building. In Cusco, we've had more than 420 palaces and temples. Then you can imagine all these nice, beautiful buildings with these bands of gold. Of course, from the high pass, it was inspired. Probably it was not found until now, but apparently it doesn't exist, or who knows. But the thing is, it was Cusco, the great capital of the Incas. In this place, it was the most important around Cusco. It's the temple of the sun. Because this political decision I told you before, this was designed specifically to worship the sun. And very clever, these rulers, they made the whole states of the Inca kingdom bring here the particular deities they used to worship in each place, to keep the deities around this great, special god, the sun.
We're here in this Catholic church that was built on top of the Inca Temple of the Sun. And this is the original wall of the Temple of the Sun. If you look carefully, you can see a black band right there in the center of the screen that runs along. And there you can see it again. This was actually a spot where they had attached a solid gold band on both the inside and the outside of the walls. And of course the Spaniards, conquistadors, came in and stripped that all away. And these walls have sat here for 500-600 years without showing any mortar and without showing any damage, virtually no damage from earthquakes, which they have quite frequently here. And you can see the fineness of the chipping. They used stone axes. They never got iron in the Inca. So it just gives you an idea of massive walls. And they also lean in, which he said gave them extra strength. That's principle, I guess it's used in general architecture these days. More of the walls of the original Temple of the Sun. The top of this area is now dominated by a Catholic church. I'll just take a walk out, show you the main garden. He tells us at the time that this would have been filled with golden statues, solid golden statues, all of this area down here. And the conquistadors came in, melted it all down, and took it all back to Spain. There you can see some of the original stone steps, archways, and then the Catholic Church.
At the time of the cleaning of all these, they started using iron hammers. And they damaged the original surface. That's why, you know, this wall looks like a new one. It's the original wall, but, you know, it was a mistake. They left the other walls as they should have. Yes.
This is inside of a temple. And the white work on the walls is where the Catholic Church painted over all of the artwork that was on the walls. You can still see that gray band traveling around where the gold would have been plated onto the stone. Here's an Inca niche, or niche. We're here up on the top of Saxy Woman, as they call it. Yes, very sweet. Thank you. These are alpaca.
Sí, alpacas.
Now this is Saxy Woman, which I guess they call Sexy Woman. Sexy Woman is the cute way of doing it. It's a fortress. And we are high above Cusco. There's that Viva Peru sign. And I'll give you just a pan over of the whole area. It's down in a valley. We've got to be close to 13,000 feet, my guess. And they were telling us that they have uncovered a 200-meter deep tunnel underneath the Temple of the Sun, and that they think that it may actually go from way down there all the way up to here and may hide hidden treasure from the Inca. And they've been working 8 months starting to clear the area. Okay. And here is a beautiful view of some huge blocks of stone that made up the fortress. And I'm just going to pan around here a little bit. It takes down toward the valley, or toward the center of the fortress. Cross, and we'll see some of the upper fortified walls, terraces. Here's a better view of the fortress. You can see how they jagged edged the walls, which gave them the ability to greatly protect themselves. It made it harder for an assailant, because they'd have to move in over the tips or into the crotches and up over, which left them open for the next set of buttresses to pour down fire upon them. The Spanish would claim that this was all the work of the devil, and that's one of the reasons why it was destroyed, because they didn't feel that these people had the intelligence or the physical abilities to create this. If you look at the size of the stones, they have some just huge blocks.
And some others also in between of the corners, they have this size. We will see from very close.
Still at Saxy Woman. This just gives us a little bit. There were layer upon layer of stone. This initial buttress wall, this huge heavy wall, would have been much higher. And then you can see behind it there's smaller blocks and other walls. There's a rounded wall here. And they just kept building up. And again, the Spaniards tore it all down. They didn't want to tell the King of Spain that they had found this colossal work, and diminish themselves in their own eyes. And here is the main entrance. I'll just take you a quick walk up the steps. Well, here from the top of, I'm going to call it Sexy Woman, I know that's not right, but is the main square. And that, of course, would have been about a third of the size of the square that the Inca actually had. And further back, right in this area here, would be the Temple of the Sun that we had seen, kind of buried under all those buildings. And I'll just pan out and give you a long pan of the whole city. This is it's a kind of 515, and as you can see, the city runs down the valley. I'll give you a little of the ruins. The site where those people are standing up on the point is 12,000 feet because that's Ted Shutt, and Ted has his GPS and he did a check, and indeed it is 12,000 feet. There he is. Go back out here and we'll do another pan down into the city and just give you a whole valley shot. And as I said, they're thinking that this tunnel that they have unearthed 8 months ago and they're clearing may actually reach from that low point where we were, where I was just showing you, all the way up to this location. Do a 360 pan for you. Yep, there's Kristen. Say hello, Kristen. Oh, she got the badge case of the shies.
Full of different kinds of potatoes. Nice, beautiful plastic. Just 1 more minute, we are going to be really high. And you've seen, in a matter of either 30 minutes, we have climbed from 2,900 meters up to 4,000. From almost 9,000 up to 12,000 feet high. This is the Andes. You know, it changes very quick. We have different elevations all over. Wherever we go, it's going up and down, and villages are in valleys and also in the summits of mountains. This is a very special characteristic of this Andes in Peru. Very special ecosystems everywhere you go.
We're about 13,000 feet right now, up in the Andes, visiting this little village. There it shows a small area where they're growing barley wheat. Of course, regular wheat does not grow at these altitudes. That's the reason why barley is so popular. Same as in Tibet. Out in the distance you can see your soccer field. Life is really pretty basic. They grow eggs or raise eggs to sell, not to eat. It's hard to think at this altitude. Their food is very low in protein because everything they grow that actually has protein in it, they're selling, just trying to get a little money. Well, we're here finishing up in the village of Chinchero, and I'm going to do a long pan around and show you all of the terracing of the mountains. We are still about 12,500 to 13,000 feet, so you just got to walk kind of slow, and take it easy. There's a little boy tending his flocks. Has a big responsibility because that would be a huge investment for a family to have a few sheep in a burrow like that. And I'm going to continue around. There's some hay drying and hay or straw, I don't know which. Probably used for making mud bricks. And then I'll take and show you the church. And then notice the wall below. Looks like Sacsayhuaman, or sexy woman as they like to tease. This would be an Inca wall again, and that gives you an idea of the age of the structure. This little town is on the Inca Trail.
Let's say how to adopt, how to make it possible to grow some different species of plant food to different ecosystems, to different temperatures, to different altitudes. You see, one of the work of these ancient farmers, these great, let's say, special engineers in agriculture in those years, they found that having this kind of greenhouses, they could have get different varieties to be used in different levels at different altitudes. How it works this? you know, at the very bottom of this greenhouse, some kind of plants were farmed. In the next year, in the next season, the same crop was farmed on the second level. The next year on the next one. This way, you know, different seeds were adjusted for different kinds of temperature. The bottom is really hot. You know, it's not the same temperature as here. Apparently, this you know, the difference in altitude is not too much, but it varies a lot. And special plants, they grow down in those first, you know, terraces than here and even than here. This was one of the experimental places Incas had a long time ago. This is a very well-known system that those societies in the past, they used to find more possibilities for plant food and to be farmed in different ecosystems. Incas, they discovered that doing this kind of process, they would have much more possibilities of having new varieties for the different kind of plant food they had. Our people, they are really aware of these things.
There was if they went up 1 meter, they were really equivalent to going up on a mountain by maybe 100 meters. I don't know, but is there something that was kind of scientific like that?
So our guide explained to us that this was used by the ancient Incas. Each one of these layers, they would have started out at the bottom layer, planted the seed, see how it did. The next year it would have gone to the second ring, the third ring, the fourth ring. Because of the location and the shape, apparently, each one represents a different altitude. And once they found that, like on the fourth layer corn, this particular corn did the best, then they would have sent that information out along with the types of seed to everybody at that altitude and say, well, this is what we want you to grow, so you grow the best plants rather than, you know, just whatever you want. And basically, if I understand correctly, the piles of stone are stones from the wall that have been picked up and stacked, and they're rebuilding these walls. Some, he said, are 100% original, and he said some of them have been restored. And this is one of three. You can see the levels going up. Behind this abutment here, there's another one of these bowls, and there's one beyond that, I guess, from what he has told us. Well, thanks to Dwight, he gave me his wide angle, and as you can see, you can now see the whole kit and caboodle. Wow, that is a really nice shot. That just gives you a better view of the entire bowl. Really incredible.
That's why he stopped.
Here is the
wrong end here.
we're doing a little drive down this road.
Wait.
This gives you a view of how they get their products to market. Isn't that wonderful?
Drive up a little farther in front of him again. Here comes another one right here.
Puedes pasarlos de nuevo y esperarlos igual.
Hold on, he's going to drive up and pass them.
Now we're back moving along. Give you an idea of what the road is like. See what we get when we hit this hedge up ahead of us. Right off the edge. And here we go. This is not near as steep as some of them we've been over in the last half an hour or so. Yep, there we go. Well, we have just come down a really horrific mountain road. Twisty, windy, all rutted up. Reminded me a lot of China, only, well, China's I think was worse. And here is the valley. And we're hoping that we're continuing in the same direction and we don't have to climb this road back out because it is pretty rugged. Now here is the reason why we're here. These are the ancient Inca salt pans, or salt mining operation, I guess you'd call it. They are apparently a salt spring that puts out this water that's got a high concentration of salt, and what they do is they allow you to dry the salt in these ponds and then turn it back into you know, table salt and use for eating and all of that. This is incredible. It is cold and it is raining and there's a really good wind right now, so I'm gonna go back on the bus. Well, here we're a little bit closer to the salt mines. I didn't think we were coming all the way down. We're actually going to take and walk the whole trail along and down into the valley. Part of the people have taken a different trail because this one's a little tougher. But it shows how these guys just go in and kind of keep packing it together.
Yeah, you can see it, but it doesn't show up.
See how he uses his foot to break it free, and then they take and scrape it up and put it in bags. And it is tough tough work. And it's all done by evaporation. And then they run it down to the next level and keep working it along. This is all a natural salt spring that feeds this. Hot sulfur, get it right here. Hot salt spring, he said. And here they are loading the 50 kilo bags of salt onto the burros to carry them on out. Burro doesn't look all that pleased with it, but it's either that or he's going to be put in the pot tonight, so he's probably going to go, well, all right, I'll carry it for you. There's Mama Bushka. I love her hat. If it was black, she'd probably look like Abraham Lincoln. Well, never mind.
And he spake a parable unto them, saying, The ground of a certain rich man brought forth plentifully. And he thought within himself, saying, What shall I do, because I have no room where to bestow my fruits? And he said, This will I do. I will pull down my barns and build greater, and there will I bestow all my fruits and my goods. And I will say to my soul, Soul, thou hast much goods laid up for many years. Take thine ease, eat, drink, and be merry. But God said unto him, Thou fool, this night thy soul shall be required of thee. Then whose shall those things be which thou hast provided? So is he that layeth up treasure for himself, and is not rich toward God. For where your treasure is, there will your heart be also.
Who hath found finite life or love sufficient to meet the demands of human want and woe, to still the desires, to satisfy the aspirations? An ill-attuned ear calls discord harmony, not appreciating concord. So physical sense, not discerning the true happiness of being, places it on a false basis. Science will correct the discord and teach us life's sweeter harmonies. Soul has infinite resources with which to bless mankind.
We have just finished a church service up here, and the name of the site is
Ollantaytambo.
Thank you. That's the voice of our guide Aurelio, and he has led us way up into the mountains here, and we had a wonderful church service. And I was trying to pronounce the name, and I thought, well, this is the easier way. Then you get it the real way. And this is the overlook. Beautiful sight. And here, just around the corner from where we had our church service, coming around, this he tells us is actually a granary, they call it, but it's actually for storing potatoes. Dates back to Inca times, and they still carry the potatoes all the way up there, and it allows them to keep them drier and fresher. It's, I guess, mainly for seed potato, if I could understand correctly. And here's the little town. I'll just do a long pan around the valley and give you a little idea. We've hiked up quite a distance to get up to this site for our church service. village, and this procession is going by. I'm not quite sure what it is, whether it's a wedding or what, but certainly colorful. This is Sunday, and it's the, well, here comes another one. Catholic Church behind us, so it's very close, so you can see the Peruvians carrying this on their shoulders. I'm just taking to do a pan around here and show you the market. It's okay.
Places like this.
A new site. These holes are all burial chambers that have all been broken open. So there's over 3,000 of them in this wall.
Really big as well. That's why this number of tombs.
We're about to go through a tunnel. I'll put it on night shot so we can see where we're going.
It says the other way, we're going against traffic.
Ouch. It's low, guys.
Okay, it's low. Low bridge, everybody down.
And it's dark.
Oh my God. Well, this is the way I felt at one time in my life. And then I saw the light at the end of the tunnel. I just kept hanging on by my fingernails. Low, real low here. Oh my.
Steps going down. And now we're back on regular. This is what the look below us is.
What is that about, John?
The tunnel that we just came out of. We've come along this narrow passage and up these stairs. It is very windy. Down this long serpentine trail. There's Bill and they just got out of sight. And you come around this way. I will show you what we're heading for. There's the site. And there's more of our site. Picaca or something like that. And you can see some of our group running around down there. I think that's some of us right there. Maybe not. From this distance, a little hard. Yeah, there we go. Here's a couple of little ladies. It's a little hard to, under high telephoto, to hold it steady. There's some of our group. Here we're riding on Peruvian Express. Picked us up and we're now on the way up to Machu Picchu. And this is a view of our train. I'll show you, we're riding right along the river. This one's going to be all flatland. Lots of cactus. Yep, you gotta watch that thing. Lollipops is about to take the head off every time they go by. And here's our group inside the train.
Hello there, Jay.
People standing blocking view. There we go.
Hi, Jay.
Hi. And the barber in here. There we go. And that pretty well shows you what a train looks like here in Peru. This is the Peruvian Express. I know Richard will enjoy this. And it's a short train. That's the short train to Georgia, or midnight train to Georgia. Never mind.